Welcome to this episode of the Hardcast Podcast. I am Brian Baker. This is Dr. Trent Kerr. We've got our camera going in and out here, so I don't know if that's going on online.
No,
We're fine online?
We just have
Okay.
difficulties.
Oh,
I always
okay.
look at that, thinking that that's what we look at. That's like the camera.
I do too. I try to look at that.
Oh, it is? That's not the camera. That's the camera.
Okay.
I can barely contain myself
Boy,
when that kicks in.
that's pretty sweet.
I always want to go with it.
Yeah?
But you always make sure we're live. Stay
We're
quiet.
live.
Yeah, you make
We're
sure I
live.
stay quiet with that. But
We're live. Because usually,
gotta let it breathe.
Usually Trent says, hey, we're live. I'm like, what?
What? We're not live. We're not up on the screen. So okay.
Anyway, so we got some intermittent screen issues, which really kind of throws me off.
It does. I'm not even looking at it.
But this is episode, I think, 18.
Yep.
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
so.
We're rolling. I think after 12, from what I was told, is just then
It's
you're
just what it is.
You're professional.
So what it is,
Yeah.
everybody.
So,
if this is all we
so
got,
yeah, episode 18. Last week we did top trends,
top trends.
and I thought that was pretty cool. To see some I didn't know were trends. I just thought they were what they are.
Yeah, I
Always have
taking
been.
a shower, keeping your
Yeah.
hygiene,
Trying to maintain a healthy diet.
right? Doing functional fitness.
Yeah, working out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it did bring up some good points and
Yes.
some good trends out there. Like we talked about with your watch, those devices that help you track, monitor,
Yeah.
and can kind of keep you alive in some instances. So
Yes.
yeah, so it's,
Or at least make sure you're alive
all good
and
things.
alert the authorities if it doesn't think you are.
We've come a long ways.
We
from-
had some input this morning about a topic that people want us to touch on at some point. Maybe it's a whole podcast, but how do you get healthy without eating healthy or working out at all?
Nobody said that.
Yeah,
Oh.
Kate did. Kate was like, hey, let me know when you do the podcast about how to lose weight without working out. I'm like, well, we could do that.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diet's 80% anyway. So,
Yeah.
and then she said, well, then let me know when you do the podcast about how to be healthy and lose weight without working out or eating real well.
All right.
So you think on that,
I'm gonna
that
start
podcast
researching.
will be coming?
I got it. I'm gonna start researching
I don't
tonight.
have a lot of,
I don't know anything about that right now.
I do not know.
But I'm a doctor.
If it was just
I'm gonna
lose
come up
weight,
with it.
like
That's easy.
Yeah, you are a doctor. You'll
We've
be
got
able to
that.
come up.
Yeah, I'll find
You've
it.
probably got access to research journals,
The
that
medical
others cannot.
journals.
Confidential medical journals.
Got them. Got
Yes.
them out. Yeah.
Like I saw some science come out. The Michelle Obama stuff on lunches in the schools. Now she is pushing juices.
Healthy juices that are
Sure.
46% sugar,
Yes.
right? I
Right.
think that's like a carton.
Yes. So yeah.
So
So now we're gonna push juices on kids. So and
I really had this thing. Are we really? I mean, I am not saying anything derogatory about Michelle Obama at all. She might really be in this for kids. Or is it the $86 million contract that she signed with that? Or is she
Right.
really trying to make kids healthy? Which
I
one is
think
it?
it was.
The $86 million?
Hey, yes.
Or
I
the-
think it's like, hey, we're going to set you up financially huge if you could push our agenda, which they've already done.
You
with
don't
the
need
new
Barry anymore.
Food pyramid. No, no.
I saw the food pyramid with frosted mini wheats are healthier than eggs
And steak.
and steak
Yeah.
and chicken. I think chicken was still above it, right? But not steak. I can't remember.
I
how
think
that
it was steak, right? Because I always hear
Yeah.
the steak, but
Um,
and I'm not going to talk bad either about Michelle Obama or frosted mini wheats because
delicious.
they are delicious. I do love them. However, if you just use your old noggin up there, some things that look like they don't make sense in ROI most likely
They are.
Yeah. You can just use your head and say, okay, sugar paste, a dried sugar paste on top of a
Paste.
wheat,
You got paste.
mini wheat. It is a
It's a
paste. It was a
paste.
paste at some
Right,
point
it's
that
a
dried.
paste.
It's totally made of sugar.
That should-
Is why it makes it edible.
that should bring
If
up
it
alarms.
didn't have that sugary paste.
Okay.
No, yeah, right. Did
All
you hear
right.
Trent?
But I
She
did hear
said,
Trent.
"Ugh."
Producer Trent said that now, and you're not wrong. But
Nobody buys shredded. mini
okay,
wheat.
yes, they do.
No.
Now, when I was I did because when I was doing the 6 week bulk,
Okay.
than I did. You know, and I
I'll
was
let
trying
you
to do
finish.
it. I was
and then I've
trying
got
to
some
do it.
questions.
I was trying to do it as clean as possible. Like we talked about it before, right? Where I would slip because I'd have some fast food with the kids' games and all that kind of stuff. But it didn't really bother me. But I was trying to keep my fats under 50 grams.
Right.
And then I was trying to hit 400 grams of carbohydrates a day. There's no way to do that unless you have mini wheats.
Shredded, not
mini wheats.
frosted.
No, shredded.
Just shredded wheat.
And it was every morning. It was that or grape nuts. But grape nuts had.
I
do too.
nuts.
I love the texture of it.
Yes.
It's great. But it did have more sugars in it. There was no sugars in.
There's sugars in grape nuts.
2 grams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but in the
That's probably why it's somewhat edible.
in the mini wheats, there's none. It's 0.
I think. Do you think there's an age in your life where you should know you should be responsible and no longer eat grape nuts? Because I think it's
They're
a
not
physical
great.
health hazard to your teeth dentally.
Oh, I think you're right. I don't know. I'm not there
Or
yet.
is it like when you're over 45 and you have a bowl of grape nuts, you should let it soak in the milk for 5
You're
minutes
gonna have
before?
to. I was gonna say there's always that
Because
option. But it's got to be
I
at
love
least
the
5
texture.
minutes.
I love the texture, and they are hard. But I'm like, I don't know. Is that going to make me have to get a crown someday or something? It's like, is it just going to shatter a tooth?
I have a crown and I ate them, but I didn't eat them on that side of the crown.
Mm.
But it kind of reminds me of that non-chemical varnish that Clark Griswold put on.
His
You know,
sled.
they really liked it.
Yes.
And he put it on the cereal,
Yes.
and so it made it so it didn't get soft.
Yes.
And you know what else has one? So Equate makes a protein cereal now,
Okay.
and it's not terrible, but I'm telling you what, they have
What
some sort
does
of
not
varnish on that.
Terrible mean.
Edible. If
On a scale of 1 to 10,
if you're
10
eating,
being a Lucky Charm, 1 being shredded wheat.
I give it a 6.
Oh.
Oh yeah, it's on that side.
Oh,
It's
okay.
on the positive side spectrum.
Right.
But if you're eating with purpose, don't do it. If you're eating for pleasure, or no, if you're eating with purpose, do it. If you're eating for pleasure,
Okay, that's what I was
don't do
Okay.
it. Skip it and go the Lucky Charms.
Charms.
Yeah.
for
sure.
And I'm interested where Lucky Charms would fall in on the pyramid.
Ask Michelle Obama. I'm sure it'd be right up there.
And she'd be like, you know what? Have that with a nice glass of orange juice,
You know, and she was
which
so-
I love apple juice. I'm not going to lie, but I don't have it.
No, grape juice is. If that's nobody ever has grape juice, but if they have it, I always got it. But now I
Grape
don't.
juice.
Oh, I love grape juice, and they taste way better than grape nuts.
Well, grape nuts, I don't
They're
think
not
it's from a
grapes.
grape, dude.
No, or a nut.
Yeah, it's neither a grape nor a nut,
It's a grain of some sort.
but it's called grape nuts. Like it comes from a grape tree
I think that was a marketing ploy.
to market to those that like grape juice or
Or nuts.
which Trent
No, we're
loves
not
nuts.
going there. We're
No,
not.
we've
I promised
covered
my
it.
mom I would not go through this.
We've covered that.
I know she said we got a little bit raunchy last time, and I promised her I wouldn't go there this time. I'm not going down the nuts
I didn't promise her shit.
category.
I didn't promise Sandy anything. I like grape nuts. Trent likes nuts. There we go, Sandy.
Hey,
She's helping customers probably. She's not able to.
I
do it.
used to think you were crazy, but now I see you're nuts.
That's a good one.
I
Yeah.
like that one.
Anyway, we
That
haven't even
was-
touched on what we're going to do
All right, today.
Food pyramid, Michelle Obama, and a ton of money to push sugar juice to your kids.
Guys, don't
Healthy
don't
juices.
believe it. Really, the label isn't always perfect, but go to the label. Honestly,
What does our Michelle Obama of this school district think?
Miss Erin Kerr.
Yeah. We should
she
have
thinks
her on.
It's an abomination.
Oh,
Yeah, zinger.
It's unconscionable. You know why I say that? Because I've heard that word like 6 or 7 times this week in posts, in a lot of things. Inconscionable. It's been my key phrase at home. I think Michelle's probably heard it many times this week because I've seen it, and it's one of those words you don't see a lot of. And honestly, not seeing that word is unconscionable. Not
It's-
seeing that word enough.
It's kind of like dehumanizing. I've seen that a lot lately
Yes.
as well.
Dehumanizing. What is, if it's unconscionable, what does conscionable mean?
Conscionable.
Conscionable.
Oh, so not
Isn't it unconscionable?
unconscionable, unconscionable, unconscionable.
So what is like?
So
that's
conscionable.
unconscionable. That's unconscionable.
So
Like I
conscionable is
cannot.
you're conscious.
I cannot believe. I can't.
I cannot even fathom.
I can't even.
Unconscious.
Maybe it's just that I can't even, because people say that
Like what?
they're
If?
just so put off by something. They're like, I can't even. And then they don't finish that sentence because they don't know what they can't even. But unconscionable is like, I can't even conscionable this. Consciousness this.
So not even can't
Nobody
even
knows what it even means.
because consciousness, right? Isn't that where it's coming from?
I
A
would
state of
guess.
being, a state of being
State of-
awake. So your unconscious is unawake.
You're unconscious.
I'm unconscionable by this.
Anyway,
situation.
word of the week, the wow, episode 18, unconscionable. Look it up. Let me know what it is because I've seen it in posts and such this week, and I'm not sure if I'll.
Numerous times.
Numerous.
And dehumanizing.
And
I don't know that one too. I know what
It's,
dehumanizing means.
to
but-
to not to make somebody feel not human.
Right.
Not right or reasonable.
Not right or reasonable is unconscionable.
Yeah.
So conscionable
Thanks,
is like,
producer
hey,
Trent.
that's reasonable.
That's reasonable.
Hey, man, that's conscionable.
I get it.
I'll use
I
that.
see why they're doing that.
I'll use that.
That's conscionable.
Excellent. Yeah. Hey, good job being conscionable with this whole thing.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay.
Now into the matter at hand.
The matter at hand, home gyms, right? COVID came back in 2020. I don't know if you remember. It was,
Was that-
it was quite
Was
a
that
thing.
something that
It was quite a thing, but it was, it's 3 years ago. A lot of people forgot.
Didn't exist.
There's,
We forgot that we kept kids out of school. That was one thing.
Yeah, we
I hear them all forgetting about that right now.
Yes.
Right? I did not say keep kids out of school. I was pushing the unions to get kids back in school. Which is
Right,
what one
yes.
side says.
Yes.
The other side says no. He said to keep us out of school. I did not. There's no evidence.
And then some teachers unions were like, well, no, I mean, we didn't push to keep kids out of school or keep them out of school so we could stay home, but we did suggest to the CDC, maybe that would be a good way to go.
Right? And you know what?
Help make policy. School boards helping making policy health.
Do you think that was
mandates.
unconscionable?
That's
Unconscionable?
That is unconscionable.
What is not, what is conscionable is what the teachers in Wiggins did.
Yes.
They said they wanted to get back to work.
Yes.
They hated that they were not in front of their kids and with their kids.
Right.
So big shout out to the Wiggins
Big
teachers.
shout out to the
on that.
Wiggins teachers, the Wiggins School District,
Absolutely.
not making kids wear masks forever.
We didn't make them wear masks past the first hour of the
Right.
first day
Right.
because we realized how
Didn't
big
have a
of
masking policy. Didn't kick them out of school.
Didn't kick my school out.
Gave them the option for we did for a
We,
bit.
we did know. I mean, we had to. Right.
Right.
The federal government shut everybody down. We're getting down a whole nother
Yeah, this
line.
had nothing to do with home
So,
gym.
but it did. Let's go back in time because we'll talk about this maybe someday. This
Yeah.
might be a good
Yeah.
podcast.
It is
to
a good
hit
podcast.
of what we did. and
I
what
brought
others
it up.
did and
I
go.
brought it up,
I
and
know.
you were like, nobody
But
cares.
now-
People do care.
I think they do. I think you're right. And I'm kind of fired up about some other things. So I think this would be good
Fire it
to
up.
push out.
Fired up Friday, man. It's
Go
a
fired up.
enough. It's a fuff and a wow week. A word of the week, unconscionable and fired up Friday.
There were some wows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was another word of the week.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Mind blowing.
Wow. That
Saw
is unconscious.
Okay.
Okay.
But home gyms. So you talk about what COVID did, right?
Shut down gyms.
Yeah.
So shut down
Shut
schools.
down everything.
Yeah. So we have a gym here at this school in the school district that you can belong to as
You may, yeah.
a community member.
Yeah,
right?
monthly
Just pay a
fee.
fee.
You come in and it's all there for you. You can get in from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. In the morning. So you have a good 12-hour window. The only reason why not in between is because we have school. But in the summer, those type of things, it's open.
Right.
With full time.
So it's a good tool for a community member that maybe doesn't have a home gym,
Right.
doesn't belong to a gym. Here in Wiggins, especially, a lot of people work, southwest.
drive to the-
yeah,
right.
and they don't want to go east to a gym.
Right.
They don't have time to come to the school, maybe. And they're like, man, I need to make a home gym, kind of like a lot of people did during that COVID time because they weren't allowed to go to any gym.
any gyms all shut down.
They were all closed. So they're thinking, I should build a home gym. What should I start with? What is the first things we think of when we think of home gym? And this all kind of is dictated on what do you like to do?
Right. And
Which type of training or style of training are you doing at home?
and there's all sorts you can go with. So if you don't have anything, right? So let's just say this. So we're trying to start
You
a
have
home
a
gym.
space.
We want to get fit. We want to do the bare minimum because we don't have the money to
Right.
spend on it.
Right.
There's all sorts of body weight things that you can do to get
Mhm.
by. You
Mhm.
can use the corner of your countertop for dips. You can use your couch. You can use your table. You can use everything, and you can just use your body.
But we
So-
have somebody, say you have somebody, Trent, that's like, hey man, I've got a 20 by 20 space in my gym, in my basement, whatever. I'm going to start a home gym.
Can outfit it.
Yeah, I got a little bit of money, got a little bit of cash. What do you think I should get? What's most
And
important?
then there we roll right from there. So I think there's all sorts of ways you can go. So I think as we talked about last week, kind of the trends, we can bounce this off each other of, okay, first thing you're going to buy. I think the first thing that I'm probably going to buy if I'm starting one myself, which I didn't when I did my own. I had to do it when the school was getting construction
Right.
and gone off. So I went and got a barbell and I got some plates. That's the first thing I did at that time. What I would probably do now
Right.
is, being on a budget, I'd probably start, the first thing I'd buy is bands.
Okay.
I would get bands.
Right.
You can do, again, anything with bands. You can do every
So,
single body part with bands.
Just to go back just a second, have a 20 by 20 space. You're saying bands.
Just the first initial thing
I'm saying
that I would get.
some stall mats.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, stall mats. Because just like you're saying, we can move our body in any
Yep,
way.
we
We
can
can
go
do
anywhere.
burpees, push-ups, sit-ups. So stall mat it. Let's just assume we have stall mats.
Stall mats are down.
Stall mats are down.
And you're right, because if you're going to start throwing weights down and getting things like
Throwing
that, you
weight
need to
down,
protect your floor.
or you're doing wall climbs, or you're
Mhm.
doing whatever that we can move our body in space.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of cushion.
Protect your floor, or
Protect your floor.
protect your floor,
you.
protect your body as
Yep.
well. Yep. Make sure
I'm
you're
going
on
to
a safe
sneeze here in a
space.
sec.
Bless you in advance. So with that, all right. So we've got our floor mats, right? And now we're going with equipment.
Think
So
it passed.
we've got bands. Bands you can use for anything, right? We can go there. Now that's where I say you start. Doesn't mean that's where you have to start, because
Right.
maybe you have more money
Right.
than that. I'm a budgeted guy. We're gonna
Right.
just kind of play this out.
Right.
But
Bands, I could see them. Yeah.
they're in there.
They're in there, and they might be one of the first things you can do, depending on your budget. I'm a dumbbell first guy.
Okay.
That could be one pair, that could be two pair, that could be whatever. But you can do almost anything you want, moving your body in space with some dumbbells.
With some dumbbells, and
Yeah.
you can.
It doesn't need to be. You don't want them super light. You don't want them super heavy,
Right.
because then you are really limiting yourself on what you can do. But something right in the middle there. Maybe a set of. If I was going to start with dumbbells, honestly, knowing what exercises I like to do, I would probably honestly go with a 35 or a 40-pound set of dumbbells, because you can do anything you want,
You can.
right?
And I'll say what we did with our gym, because I mean you had your CrossFit gym, right? So you were kind of, well, when you went to your home gym,
We were pretty well
you
set up.
had that
Yeah.
set up. But what we did at our house is we got 25s, we had some 35s,
Mhm.
and some 50s.
That's perfect.
So that was perfect for us, and we still have those. We don't have anything else. Those are the
Right.
ones that we have.
Yeah, and everybody's taken care of, right?
Yep.
With that, like Aaron can come in, do lightweight work with 25s, go up to 35s if she's going to do something else that requires a little bit more
Right.
weight. Your lightweight's 35s, and now your heavier weight is now a 50,
Right.
right? And if she wanted, she could kick up to 50.
She definitely does, like with goblet squats,
Yeah.
things like that.
So,
Box step ups.
Ton you can do,
Yes.
right? I love dumbbells. Kettlebells are in the same realm.
for sure.
And I used to be, if I was stranded on a desert island and I could only take one piece of equipment, what would you take? And I was always
You're a
kettlebell,
kettlebell guy, huh?
kettlebell. Now I think I'm just a set of dumbbells.
Set of dumbbells.
Because really, anything with a kettlebell, you can do with a dumbbell.
Oh yeah.
But there's
Kettlebell, sling it,
things.
hold on to
But
the
there's
head.
things. I mean, kettlebell makes it easier, but you can do it with a dumbbell. But a set of dumbbells, you can do. More than just with one kettlebell.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So-
it can, kettlebell can too, but you're on a desert island, you may need a hammer.
Yes.
That acts way more like a hammer.
Yes.
than a kettlebell
Yes,
does.
it does.
You got to hammer stuff into the
Yeah,
ground.
hammer. Yeah, you
See,
need shelter.
And I think if I'm on a desert island, I'm probably still going with a band.
really,
Yeah. That's going to help me shimmy up a tree,
yeah,
get the coconuts at the top. I can
Yep.
use that as a slingshot, kill my dinner maybe with a pebble. Yeah.
yeah.
Get it in. And
No,
go
I
around.
got you. Yeah,
Yeah, like David.
yeah. You're using
I'll
it
slay the
more as
beast.
like a
Tool.
It's just a tool.
To shape my body.
And your money.
and my mind and nourishment. Yep.
Yeah, I'm probably still going with a dumbbell so I can just bludgeon something over the head, you know,
I can
because
use it as
I'm
like a rubber band.
I'm really crafty
Yeah.
of getting close
Sneaky.
and then whack. It couldn't be too heavy a dumbbell because that would be so slow to whack my
It would
dinner.
be. Yeah.
Whack-a-mole. Play whack-a-mole. So yeah, we got flooring, bands, dumbbells,
Okay.
right? When you built your first home gym, you said, okay, I'm going to get a bar and some plates.
Bar and some plates. That's how we did it first. And to me, now again, bar and plates, that takes care of everything, right?
Mhm.
Again, and the plates, they started out as 10s.
Mhm.
And then just as I went, was
Right.
able to get more and more.
Right.
But again, the barbell, you can anything like with a dumbbell for the most
Mhm.
part, not everything,
Right.
but you're able to hit full body again with that.
Right.
You've got your squats, you've got your front squats,
Right.
you've got cleans, you've got jerks,
Mhm.
you've got push press, you've got bench, you have everything under the sun. And then the reason why we started with the lower weights is because you can do high reps,
Yes.
you know, and low
If you're
weight.
too heavy, it limits you.
It does.
If you have lower weights, you can do anything. You
Yeah.
want, right.
And my wife and I would do the workouts together, kind of, fun in the garage.
Right.
And the kids are still sleeping, wake up, get things going. And it was weights we could both use. She would have
Now-
lower reps, I'd have higher.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
Not,
type
not
of
exchanging
workouts, but-
weights, but you're
Yep.
just a little different.
Right.
Scaling it a little different. Now, is that barbell and plates before a pull-up bar? Or is that a nice to have or is that a need to have? I know what I think. What do you think?
I think the barbell is more important to begin with, just because, again, I'm be able to get legs. I'm going to be able to start my body from the ground up as
Right.
well. With a pull-up bar, we're mostly just going to be able to do upper body and really want to
I
focus
gotcha.
on those legs. So
I gotcha.
yeah, let's hear it.
I would go the other way. I would go dumbbells, pull-up bar. And the only reason is because, yeah, legs with you're going to probably be able to load a little more, but I'm still able to do legs. I can do goblet squats. I
Right.
can do overhead lunges. I can do a lot with those dumbbells. But then anything with that pull-up bar, I can do core stuff. I can do back stuff. I can do a lot of stuff from a pull-up bar as well. So if I was going to do it, I would do my space, flooring, dumbbells, pull-up bar.
Okay. And so when we did ours, it was kind of neat. We had the rest of it, but went to Lyle Smilek
Mhm.
at Extreme in
Extreme welding.
So good. But he built me one and came out, measured my rafters, had everything, and we were able to stick it up on the rafters. Oh, it was nice. You could do everything.
Mhm.
We had muscle ups on them.
Yeah,
We could just right between the rafters in the garage.
perfect.
Yeah, we made sure that it was enough weight load.
Yeah.
That it could do. We had it spread.
We
apart
had a
near enough.
structural engineer look at this before we
Lyle is
threw
like
it
a
up.
structural
Yeah,
engineer.
Yeah.
And it made a world of difference when we got that. So I don't think you can go wrong with that. I think that's
Right.
a wise investment.
Another thing, and this is how I did it, but I was given a deal on it when I was first originally started to equip our basement. And it came with dumbbells, but I got a squat rack
Right.
that had a pull-up bar on it.
That's
So obviously you have your barbell, your plates, you have a rack, so you can back squat out of it, front squat out of it, anything to rack your weights, presses, but that pull-up bar is right there, incorporated in that squat rack. It's a little pricier. This one
Right.
wasn't because it was a cheaper rack, but man, if you can get a nice squat rack, you can do anything in there
Yes.
as well, plus that.
and you're going to be able to get heavier loads.
Right.
You're going to
Yep.
be able for your squats.
Mhm. Yep.
I love that idea. Have you seen the ones? And I'm sure you have the ones that hinge into the wall now. So
Yes, they
in your garage,
fold
yes,
away.
and that's amazing.
They're
Come out, they have
sweet.
everything with it.
Yes.
I haven't
Extreme
priced one.
welding. Talk to
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lyle, there's our new
But
one.
yeah, Rogue has them, Rage has
Yeah.
them, Rep has them.
Fold up into your garage or
Yeah,
basement,
they
whatever you
hinge
have.
out, lock, gives you. I think you do have a pull-up bar on that
Yes,
as
it does.
well. And then
And I
when
think
you're
it's even
done,
has storage for your
Yes.
weights. I
Mhm.
think they store on
Yes.
the sides, so everything's off the ground. And,
Yeah.
but it all folds right back into
Pretty
the wall.
sweet.
And
I know my brother-in-law Kyle was talking about that,
okay,
but they're pricey.
yeah, I've never looked to see, but
I haven't
imagine.
either because I've
Producer Trent,
I'm
what do you
lucky
think? How much would that be? I was just making
foldable-
just making you up back
A
there.
foldable squat rack.
Foldable squat rack that folds into the wall.
Yep.
I'd like to see that. But yeah, so got to mention
What?
this whole time,
Yes.
what have I failed to say?
Bench press.
Right?
Yes.
Can you imagine?
I know. I
But
guess you're doing floor
You can do
presses.
floor
and stuff,
presses.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. And you
Yeah.
have your dumbbells. You can still get them in there.
However, some people are like, well, you got to get a plyo box. You got to get this, that, and the other. I'd get a flat bench first. Honestly, you can jump to a bench.
You can definitely jump. to
Yeah.
a bench. You can step up
What are we
to a
looking
bench.
at?
From Rogue is $495.
$495?
That's not bad.
Oh, wow.
From Rogue.
That is way cheaper than
Yeah.
I expected. I thought we were going to be in the 5,000 area.
And that might be,
There is one that is $1,200.
okay, so
Okay.
yeah.
So anywhere from $500
to $1,200.
$1,000.
I'm sure you could do much more.
Right.
But yeah, so okay, we got our
So,
squat rack.
Got the floor.
Got floor.
Got our base. So then
Got
we
dumbbells.
have bands and dumbbells. That's what we started with. And you're going to be able to do 90% of exercises out there.
Yeah, and then you got a
with all
pull
of
up
that.
bar.
Okay, then we got a pull-up bar.
Mhm.
All right, so are you guys writing this down? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, okay, we got a pull-up bar, and then I'm still thinking you go barbell, or are we going to go away from that and go with
It's up to you.
a bench first?
I would go with a flat bench.
Okay,
This is me.
this is all right. Hey, this is
Flat bench.
see, Brian.
I can jump to it.
Can we pause just for a second? This is what's great about America. In most circumstances,
Right.
I don't agree with you. You don't agree with me.
No.
But here we are having a conversation
Right.
about it.
We're discussing it,
And-
but I'm going to make you happy. Do you know why?
Why?
Because I'm going to change your mind.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
See, I want that.
Right.
I want to be persuaded.
Right. So you want that barbell and you want those plates right now.
Oh, man, I'm ready.
Yes. I need this.
I want to get
I want a
some
floor
clean and
press.
jerks going.
I
man.
hear ya.
Right?
Can be done with dumbbells.
It can.
It
Just
can-
doesn't feel the same.
No, it doesn't. So we got, I say, let's get this bench, man. Let's get this flat bench. And you're like, Brian, I'm ready for some real weight. I'm
Yeah.
like, watch what we're going to do. We're going to add plyo into this. We're going to add flat bench with dumbbells into this.
Okay, you're
We're
starting to
going
get
to
me.
add piked push-ups to this to work on our handstand push-ups. And we're going to put our feet on here, Bulgarian split squats.
You just
Blah,
lost
blah,
me.
blah.
You just lost me.
Yeah. And we're going to do push-ups off of there.
Get some incline, some decline.
So we're pushing our body a little bit more. Is it the loads you're looking for yet? No, I get it. However, man, it's a cheap option
It is a cheap option.
to change it up just a little bit. And yeah, screw those Bulgarian splits. We don't
Nobody
need
wants
that.
to do those.
Yeah, we don't need that.
So good for your booty.
Oh,
So good.
It is so good.
And the deadlifts off of it, the Bulgarian deadlift.
Oh, you can do so much.
Oh, man, you're right.
So
Okay,
you
see,
agree?
I do, and I didn't want to. I was going to try to persuade you,
right.
but as you started talking through it, I'm like, yeah, he's right. I don't want to agree with it.
And it was cheaper too.
It is a cheaper option.
Yeah.
In my specific circumstance, though, the bench is like the last thing that I got in my basement. I had a box first, and then the bench didn't
Gotcha.
come in until this year.
Oh yeah, I mean you could
In
do.
my
I guess
basement.
it's just uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's horrible. You can't
Yeah.
really do much because I had bought in some standards
Mhm.
that you could just movable standards
Yeah.
that fit against the wall. So I was able with the barbell and all that to do heavier squats, but I could lower it down to where that box was and do bench up.
Oh, there you go.
But
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of space.
It's
You're not
not comfy.
moving any weight
Right.
there either. So
And are you able to like
no.
get? Yeah.
It
It's
hits
still like
and
a
you're just
floor
right there.
press
It is.
kinda.
You're going to here. You're
Um,
not going full range of motion. So okay,
Now
I'll take that.
I had something else because I was going to be like, can we still wait on that barbell?
So
And can we still wait
let's
on
see what
those
we
plates?
have, right? We have flooring. So we have bands.
Yep.
We have dumbbells.
Yep.
We have pull-up rack,
Yep.
and now we have a flat bench.
Right.
And now you're still going. So we're 5 deep, and we
Right.
still have no bar,
Right.
and we have no weights.
Right.
Okay.
No bar and
And
no
you're
weights.
trying to persuade me on something. You want a ski erg, don't you?
I want a rower.
You want a rower.
And-
Okay.
And the reason is because I'm going to just say, close your eyes for a second and picture that it's November/December. Cold. You feel that?
Burr.
Burr. I ain't running. Not going outside to run. We
No.
talked about the
We
75
did.
hard.
We
If
did.
it's cold and there's
Right.
a storm, I'm not running.
Yeah.
Now, I've got dumbbells, flooring, pull-up bar, squat rack, bench. Man, what if I get something for cardio?
Yeah.
I know.
I love cardio, and
Right.
you need to have cardio in your workout. But I think you can do there's so much body weight stuff.
like what?
And
like what?
Brian, I'm gonna get down and plank, and I'm gonna do a little twisting,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna run in place, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna do some squat oblique twists, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna do some squat cross body, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna, I mean,
Mountain
jumping jacks, and I'm gonna
climbers,
go.
burpees,
Yeah, I got
jumping
the
jacks.
whole thing, and then I got stairs right outside because mine's in my basement. I'm gonna go run stairs back
Oh,
and forth,
okay.
up and down.
So
So I've got plenty to do cardio wise.
okay.
Now, is it the phase? Was it 3? Our zone 3?
our zone
cardio?
zone 2
Zone
cardio.
2
yeah.
cardio? No, it's not our zone 2 in cardio. I'm not getting to that point probably in the
Right.
winter. So if there's a zombie apocalypse, my endurance is going to be shot.
Okay.
I'm not there, but I'm going to get away from that son of a gun right away. I'll find a hiding place, and I'll do it again. My
And if a
ATP
lot
is going
jump
to be.
on you, you can
build up.
bench them.
I can get them out. So,
So you're saying no to a rower
so I'm
at this
saying
point.
no to a rower, and I'm going to
What
go.
about a skier?
Yeah, all that.
What
I'm gonna say
about
no
a-
to yet?
Okay.
I think those are the frills
Those are the
you
nice
bring
to
in
haves.
after. I still think you got to go that barbell and those weights.
So we're going
And-
barbell and weights now.
That's me, because I think you can do so much, like I said, with cardio, without any equipment. And
just gonna shuttle run.
and hold
everywhere.
on, this is not. We're not in Alaska. If you're in Alaska, maybe.
It felt
But
like we were in Alaska.
It
this
was
winter.
it was chilly.
Yeah.
But there were plenty of days still where it was decent outside. It was above 30. You bundle up a little bit,
Okay.
and you could take a nice run.
all right.
I think.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So we're getting the
Okay.
barbell and plates now.
Okay, we're getting barbell.
That's
plates.
fine. You talked me into it.
All right,
All right. Barbell and plates. So now
but
we're pretty set up.
yeah,
Right.
yes, that's a gym. I mean, you can do basically anything right now.
I mean, I'm thinking about
Well,
my
you could have
gym.
before.
Yeah, I'm thinking about my gym. There's a few extra things that we haven't talked about that I have,
Okay.
but I look at them as they're pretty nice to have.
Right.
If they're not musts, right? Like a GHD. Pretty sweet. Not
Yes,
a must.
Great,
At all.
not a must.
No. It's a must if you're married to Michelle Baker.
That's what she.
That is a must have. She crushes that thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Because she hates toes to bar. Let me
that one's
toes
out.
to bars program. She's doing GHDs.
Hurts her shoulders and her back, right?
No, she doesn't like.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a.
No, it does affect her, but yes, she likes the GHD.
So without the GHD machine, which is a frill, again, I would say as
Mhm.
well. But I do think after you go with the barbell and the plates,
Mhm.
that you do need some sort of cardio there. Now, I'd say we do have a treadmill in our basement,
Mhm.
so we do run on that in the winter.
Right.
So going against what I said before, because we do run on it.
Right.
However, yes, your treadmill, your rower, your skier, I think one of those is probably more beneficial at this point than a GHD machine.
Yes.
All right, so we're there.
Yes.
So we're going to go that.
So
we're going to go with that
We're
rower.
going to get some sort of machine at
Yeah.
this point, whether it be, a ski erg, an assault runner, a treadmill, Concept 2 rower, assault bike.
Oh, don't do the assault bike.
No.
Hurts so bad.
Yes,
They're the
but if
greatest.
you're doing,
They are the greatest.
if you're doing like zone 2, say you're doing zone 2, you're like, I'm just going to go for an hour. Man, I can go on that assault bike way easier on an hour than I can that rower.
I agree.
Just got a comfort.
Yeah.
But I don't have one of these, but a bike erg.
What's a bike erg?
A bike erg is basically like a bicycle rower. So it looks like the front of the rower,
Okay.
where you have that dial. Concept 2 makes a bike erg. That's a bike, doesn't have the
You're
assault.
just sitting on it.
It's a bike, but it's an erg.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
And so like Matt Frazier used to just crush bike erg zone 2 workouts.
Just straight legs,
Yeah.
just getting them and
And
that
they-
cardio.
they-
Yeah.
And like talking, or not, I'm not talking to Josh,
You were
or Josh
talking.
Bridges and Matt Frazier because I don't talk to them,
God.
but I've heard them on other podcasts, competitor podcasts. Which, anyway, and they swear by bike ergs.
Bike ergs. Huh. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah.
Producer Trent, can you look and see, and just start taking a tally of how much each of these things cost, so we can kind of put a
Oh,
number
wow.
to this
Wow.
as we go. What do you think? And then we can say,
We could
where we're at.
ballpark for sure.
So we could. And it doesn't have to be great, just a ballpark. I see Joe Rogan do this on his, and they look at things up. So
yeah,
we're trying
and
to
they
get
pull
into
stuff
that.
up. Yeah, yeah.
we're trying to get into
Yeah.
that deal. So we started with the horse mats. We're gonna need 20 by 20. What is that? 6 of them probably.
Yeah, they're $50 each.
Yeah.
It's $300.
So okay, perfect. Got that one.
So,
And then a
stall
set of
mats.
bands.
um,
Three bands. You got your light, your medium, and your heavy. $25. All right, throw that
So
down.
stall mats, 3 hunch, bands.
And then we've got dumbbells. We've got 35-pound dumbbells,
you're probably looking
10
at
cents a pound usually, right? Or is it more? 25 cents now.
So.
I think if you were get 35s, you're looking at like
do you have, like,
$125.
those, Like smart or Bowflex where like you could like.
Oh, you could do a Bowflex
Those
one
cube
too. I've never
ones,
used one of those
I never have either.
Like $430.
for that. So say probably around $400 for
Yeah.
your.
Just for a normal dumbbell is like $40.
And that's for
Um,
one, probly, right?
Yeah.
So the other
just
one
like,
too
well,
would
like,
be
It's a set of 2.
set of 2. Okay.
Squat rack we went with
So then after the we
1,000.
went with pull up bar.
Pull bar. I'm just gonna do that with the squat rack,
Okay. Put that in.
and we'll say $1,000.
$1,000 for that.
Yeah.
And then we
A
went
flat
with a
bench
flat
or
bench.
or adjustable bench.
But just yeah.
They can be
Now
expensive.
I know that we have some here at the school, and I think our adjustable ones are at minimum $650.
Yeah, they're expensive.
Yeah, and then our flat one, I believe, was now you can get one like shoot. I bought one for $25 off of at a garage sale.
Sure.
So yeah, so I mean,
Let's say 100.
$100 that makes it easy. And then we have after that we went
Bars and
to
plates.
barbell and plates. So decent barbell, we're looking at
400.
$400 for a decent one.
Mhm.
Okay, and then your plates.
Set of plates for
If we got
10s,
10s, 15s, 25s, 35s, and 45s, or are we just going to go 10s, 25s?
we would do 10, 15, 25, 35, 45. We'd
Right.
do a full set.
But if we're
400.
400 for that?
400,
Well, like 370.
Okay.
But that's including shipping.
Okay.
okay.
So that's
So where
right
are we
now
at?
400, 1,400.
Just for
Fifth.
25 and 45 is
$2,500.
So $2,500, you have a great gym setup where you're going to be able to accomplish anything you want to. Now, is that too much to spend on your health? I don't think so. But
Yeah, because the way we originally did it, like when we were opening the gym just out at the house, we spent few $1,000s because Rogue had like a gym starter package.
I remember those.
And I
came in
think
the
it was like
box.
$5,000. It comes in a huge crate,
Yeah.
but it's like rower, your kettlebells, barbell with plates, rope, climbing rope,
Oh, nice.
slam ball, wall ball. It has
Everything.
a bunch of stuff in there. Yeah, it doesn't have a plyo box. It didn't have a few things, but I mean, obviously a pull-up bar, but man, it came with a lot. And you got a rower out of it.
That's
was
pretty-
good for us.
that
Because
is.
it was everything you needed to start like any CrossFit.com workout. It was in this Rogue box. And then you could be like, hey, I have a 5-person gym. And then the prices went up from there to like 10 grand. But then you would get more kettlebells, more slam balls, more wall balls, couple climbing ropes, maybe 2 rowers,
Right.
and it was just kind of all accumulated on itself. It was
Oh,
pretty
that's
cool.
That's neat. Yeah. So, and that's fairly inexpensive. So right now, what did you say? We're $2,500 in.
Yeah.
And
And that's with like a super nice barbell.
It
for
is.
$100.
yeah.
And that squat rack, that foldable when we were pricing, I went 1,000. So
Okay.
we upgraded a little bit. We're getting a little nicer stuff. So
So all right. So now that's no frills, right?
no frills.
No frills.
I mean,
we're just
let's throw a jump rope
just
in
gym.
there. For,
okay. Jump
for-
rope. So another
$40.
$40,
Yeah.
right? Oh, I didn't even say jump ropes before when we were talking about
We did.
cardio.
And that's going to be an early, like, hey, when you order those bands, get yourself a nice jump rope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that comes first.
Yeah, it's an early one.
How about a yoga mat, Brian? Have you seen the new Yoga Volume 1, 2, 3, Ghetto Yoga Volume 1, 2, 3 by Brian Baker?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I have.
They are exceptional. And
Yes.
yeah, and I did mine on the floor. Carpet.
Right.
You, sir, have a yoga mat.
Yeah, I
So-
used a yoga mat. Well, in ghettos 1, 2, and 3, I just used our flooring, but it's like a yoga mat flooring.
Okay.
And then outside, Ghetto Volume 4 is outside. And that was a yoga mat.
Yeah.
Man, I love them.
You think it's a staple? Are we starting to do frills now?
Yeah, is it a frill? Yes. Is it a staple? No.
Okay. So we're not putting that in yet. We've already got floor we could do it on. You have carpet.
Yeah.
We don't need it yet.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think so.
So, but now we're going to the rower, the elliptical, or the
And I'm
skier,
thinking,
you
man,
said,
there's things
or bike. Is that where we're going next?
I would think. You know what I like? I really like is a bulldog rope.
Bulldog ropes are great.
And I like slam balls.
Slam balls are awesome.
Mhm.
I agree. Would you do a wall ball or a slam ball? And here's why I'm asking you, because I want you to get in a little bit of the functionality of these
Mhm.
and what happens if you're slamming a wall ball.
I would not slam a wall ball. I would slam a slam ball. That's why they were named that.
Can you?
A wall ball or a medicine ball, they call them, is more for, I would say, for wall ball usage, for rotational usages, but they are balanced. It's a very balanced ball, and when you start slamming those, it throws them out of balance, and then using them for wall balls and stuff like that makes it extremely difficult. And you can honestly
blow the guts out of them.
Yeah, blow the guts out of them, and it'll hit you in the face because they rotate them bad. So if you're slamming, use a slam ball.
We have all sorts of them in the gym,
Right.
but we have certain coaches here that just
Love to slam them
the wall balls and
on the ground or against
yes,
the wall.
on the ball, on the ground. Stop it. Use this other, but
That's why they're built that way.
different. So,
But they don't bounce like a wall ball
No.
or anything like that.
oh
but,
no, kids catch them halfway up. We're
yeah.
slamming it and catching it here. We're not doing the same movement. We're trying to
and
get.
that's part of slam ball training is when you slam it, you try to get down and pick it up off the little bit of bounce it has
as
you.
soon as right.
So it's a speed work, right? I mean, you get that slam, the core and the slam and everything like that, but it's about initiating the slam and getting down to get it.
And that initial
Yes.
hip drive
Yes.
up and an explosion
Yes.
using everything. Yes. I wanted others to hear it. So
Yeah,
I'm
don't
not the,
slam a wall ball.
I'm not the,
And that was a big deal at Farm Boy. We
Yes.
didn't slam wall
No.
balls.
it
The only
was here.
time, I mean, you're doing your last wall ball, it goes up, it
Hits the
falls,
ground, right.
whatever. I get it. You're not slamming it.
No.
But we also had wall balls for 8 years that lasted.
Right.
I still have my original Dynamax wall balls that we got when we first got it in 2010, and they are alive and kicking now, and they're my favorite wall.
When you just put kids with anything,
Right.
they just like at home, they tear it up. No matter
Tear
what
it
it is. Tear it
up.
up, carve into it,
Right.
do whatever they do.
Right.
But so our wall balls that that we
I've
bought,
seen them.
yeah, they don't last very long.
And I've
they're
seen
expensive.
and I've seen your new ones.
They're still
Some of them-
okay, but they're starting to,
starting to get out of
Yeah.
balance.
And that's
too.
1 year.
So doing a wall ball with them, you're like, "Nee."
Right.
Yeah,
So it is something that
right.
you try to
So do we need a wall ball?
teach good things. Those are things that I'm going to next. So did we get our rower?
We got a row.
Is that part of the cost so far? We were at
That's
2,500.
That's
So
not.
we've got to add either a rower, a
it's about
treadmill,
$1,100 or $1,000. So $3,500.
$3,500 right
Yep.
now. Okay, so now where are we going after that? Are we going to and I love med ball or medicine ball or slam ball work.
I would probably
Any
go.
of the sort.
I'd probably go wall ball because I use them a lot more.
Okay.
And you can carry them. You can carry them like a sandbag. You could run with them if you had to. So I'd probably go wall ball before slam ball, but I like a slam ball a lot. You can carry those just like a
Right.
sandbag too. I mean, you can do a wall ball with a slam ball if you had to.
So actually, at the gym that I have at the house, I don't have a wall ball. We have a 20-pound slam ball, and we use it
For your wall.
the same thing. And it's not. It is unbalanced. You throw it
Okay.
up. It's
Yeah, 'cause
tough
it's
for.
yeah.
So it's not great, but it is slam. You can throw it against the wall. You can
Mhm.
do all the same movements. Am I getting to 10 foot with that ball? Not even really trying, throwing it
Right.
in the air and catching it, because after it hits the wall, it usually just dies.
Yeah, there's no
recoil.
Yeah.
It doesn't come back to you. So, so yeah, you can get it done, but I think you're right. A wall ball is a safer for the things that
So you're looking at $100 there.
Okay.
Yeah, wall balls, slam balls, bulldog ropes. Bulldog's ropes are so good.
Put that in there.
Conditioning.
I like that. Bulldog ropes.
Conditioning, yeah. It's great for your shoulders, and it's not going to like crush you.
No.
So now we're getting to the frills that are just rounding out your gym, right?
Right.
Then we can talk about a GHD.
And you can even
Then we
hang up your bulldog rope.
You
if you
can,
want.
because
And you
we
can climb
did
it if
for
you need
24
to.
for 24.
Yeah, you
and
gotta climb
actually,
it.
it wasn't bad.
I
would
enjoy
get
climbing
those,
on that better
I would
than
get those than the natural ropes.
Right.
And they don't fall apart.
They don't.
Yeah.
You're not sweeping up afterward.
And they didn't tear me up as much. So yeah, get a bulldog rope. I think I got a 50-footer. I think that's what you guys have here.
Mhm.
Same thing. Go to Rage, get yourself a nice bulldog rope, 50-footer, and you can hang it from the ceiling.
Right.
So
If you
um,
need to.
but I used bulldog rope when I was hurt a lot.
Really.
Yeah, because I couldn't run, couldn't row, couldn't get on a bike because of my pelvis fractures, but I could sit in my wheelchair and bulldog rope.
Oh yeah.
So I did that as like my cardio, and it was awesome.
Oh, and
It
it's
got
a
to
great
the point
core
where I
workout.
could do
and
like
chest and shoulders.
4 minutes
Wow.
at a time. Yeah, but I also saw videos of people that can do it for like an hour. Like those boxers train on those MMA fighters. They train on that.
They just go.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things. It's like double unders. You super struggle on it till you kind of get this endurance, and then it's like, boom. You can add chunks onto it. Because I used to just let the clock go, close my eyes, and go. And obviously, it's not like it's at a nice pace.
Yeah.
But you can kind of close your eyes, forget about the clock, and then kind of look up, and you'd be like, "Oh, dude, set a PR." You know, that's kind of cool. So, and I think it's super healthy for your shoulders.
Oh, great. I think the whole thing, your chest, your
Yeah.
core, shoulders.
And then you can do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You can mimic a slam ball with
Right.
a bulldog rope.
Yep.
So a lot to do. Now we're into these frilly things, right? And I know there's something you are dying to buy.
Me?
Yes. You are dying
I'm
to
a
buy
cheap
this.
ass. I'm done.
No, you're not.
No.
You are dying to buy this one thing because I
Okay.
see it used so much here.
Yeah.
That
Oh, shit. I know where you're going.
Do you?
A calf raise machine?
no,
Is that where you're
no.
going?
No, it's nothing like that.
Okay.
But you are dying to buy this one little implement that'll go onto a rack.
Oh.
You
Huh?
want to buy a landmine so bad.
Oh, a landmine. You're right. Okay, there
Don't
it
you?
is. Oh, yes.
Yes.
I'm wanting. But here's the thing. So at my house, I don't have a landmine.
But Rogue makes.
They do.
I know.
You put it into the
$40?
weight, right, and go around.
No, or that. But have you seen those one? It's a landmine, but it looks like
Oh,
a
looks like
big
kettlebell,
tennis ball.
right?
Yeah.
At the end of it.
Yeah,
And then
it
you go into
slides
it.
in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I do at my house is in my gym is I put a towel. I have a towel that's just in the corner of the wall, and I use that as my landmine.
Okay.
I put the barbell into the corner.
Okay.
Now, some exercises that I'm doing, does it come out?
Mhm.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But no. So you're right. A landmine would be awesome.
Yes.
But the calf raise machine is.
So we're getting a calf raise machine.
Yeah.
We'll put a towel in the corner and get a calf raise machine instead of a landmine.
Oh shoot, that's funny. You guys, the backstory on the calf machine.
There's a
Football.
calf raise machine here at the Wiggins School District that is freaking nice.
It is very nice, and it was all the football team.
Have you?
And
I don't mean to burst people's
don't even
bubbles
see it
here.
worked into the.
Have you done a lot of research into how to build a gastrocnemius?
I should, because I don't
or
have anything. but
how to increase vertical.
I
So I know
let's
you
look
probably
at it.
looked at
yes,
that.
the vertical, but
Now,
and the
It's-
calf raise machine isn't on there,
well,
Brian.
calves are like you got them or you don't.
Right.
It's a highly genetic thing, such
I don't have it.
as a vertical jump. You can increase your vertical jump from the science I've seen behind it. If you train it and you train it hard, you can increase your vertical jump by usually a maximum of 20%.
No, that's not very good if it's only 20 inches right now.
Right. And it's just the way it is.
That's what it is. No, I have not
It
done
is
that.
what it
I mean,
is. Yeah. I did a lot of studying on it because I was like, man, like volleyball and
right.
Training the girls and what can I do to train their vertical jump? And there's data out there that's like, you can train it doing your hang cleans, your power cleans, your plyometrics, your this, that, and the other. However, it's kind of a gift.
It's just
you got it or you
like
don't.
quickness.
You can make it better, but like Courtney Jensen could leap.
Right.
She's tiny.
Yeah.
She could leap. She had it.
Yeah. And I've heard that with like your fast twitch and slow twitch muscles too. The science behind it is you're either born with fast twitch or you're born with slow twitch.
Yeah.
And your sprinters,
yes,
those are your fast twitch.
Yeah, or
your
your
long distance runners, we're a little
Yeah.
more slow twitch.
Right.
And
then we have those ones that are kind of riding in the middle, and those are the ones that when you train, you can kind of switch them over a little bit, right? But you're just not like switching them all out.
Have you looked up the guy that has the vertical jump program? Like he sells this online, and it's everything that he did to go from like. And now I think he was a kid and he just started going, but he wanted to dunk.
Sure.
So he just worked on it. So he's got this program. I think it's like $100 to buy it, and you just do the exercises he did, and he's gonna eat 20% in a week. No, he's gonna put. I don't know what he's gonna put on it.
You're going from 20 inches to 24 inches,
right? But I need to look up and see this guy because I know it's something that this guy became a millionaire by selling this jump program.
When I was in school, we all wanted to train our calves. We all wanted to dunk. We all wanted to jump higher, and they had these shoes that had a platform.
I had those. Yes,
they had a platform on the front, and they were like at the time $150.
Right,
and I was like, no way. But you wore those around the first time, and your calves were
blown up. So I got them for my birthday. 1 year.
Right. Happy birthday, by the way. It just passed.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing was
Tuesday.
great. But they had, bounding, leaping, all the exercises with it, and speed. And they had a parachute that came with it, so you could work on your speed. And we'd wear them around. My buddy got them too, and we just wear them around school. Like, a little taller than everybody. I still wasn't. I was only 5'10". But
with the shoes on.
With the shoes on, right? Thanks, Brian. For putting that out there. But yes, your calves would blow up.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't come with like a 20% offer for a new Achilles tendon. Like I couldn't wear them now. Obviously, when you're young, you're useful. Everything's a little more pliable. But now, if I wore them for a day, you might as well just something's snapping.
Yeah, but I wore those things religiously. I mean, I followed the workouts. I did the whole thing.
Right.
I think it was like my sophomore, junior year when I got them, and the whole summer programming did it. Then, season came around, just kind of wear them in school and stuff. And the next summer, did it again.
And you're all before and after.
Good God, there was nothing. Nothing's ever grown. And
you're just extremely sore.
Yes. Did I maybe get a little faster and jump a little higher? I don't know. I've been growing at the time too, and you're maturing. So, but anything to make a buck, right? They do it, and then
It was genius.
It was,
and it made sense.
Yeah,
and it came with a little program as well. But so now we're into the real.
Now we are. Yes.
So we basically touched on.
But a landmine, get it, well worth it.
And then your gym's done.
Or else just into the corner. I think
your gym's done. What I highly suggest is get yourself a nice chalkboard or whiteboard. Okay. Start tracking some stuff.
Yeah.
Whether it be benchmark workouts that you're going to come back and retest, or it's maxes on your lifts. I tried to do that. I have a chalkboard, and I'm going to go back to this after 365. That chalkboard basically becomes a squat record, and I can put months on there, and then we start all over again. But it just becomes like, hey, on this date, I did 5x5 at this weight, and then 2 months later, I can be like, oh, that was a good effort back then, or I can be like, man, I'm so much ahead, you know, because sometimes, you start PR and you get better and better and better. But I also look back at some records. I'm like, well, that was good day.
Really good. Yeah. I'm never beating Fran again in my life.
No,
you're
220 or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was 250, but it's never happening.
Why?
Again, well, come on, look at me. But that's right. So I had a student yesterday. We were walking down the hallway, and he said, Mr. Kerr, I was able to do this amount of weight with my squat, and then I went and tried to do it. I tried to lower the weight by a certain percentage and tried to get this many reps, and I couldn't do it.
Right.
I couldn't get to that point. And so I said, have you been tracking your workouts at all? No, I'm just going in and throwing stuff up.
Right.
And I was like, so that's your problem. You have to track a little bit. Now, I'm not saying you have to get crazy. I love the chalkboard whiteboard I did, but I just told him, I said, get your English notebook, go to the back of it,
Right.
and start writing in, okay, this is where I'm at right now. This is by how many reps.
Yep.
And now next week, if you do that same lift, okay, now you need to beat it. Either you need to get extra reps in,
Yep.
keep it the same weight, or we're going to raise the weight and we're going to, so that volume increases.
I totally agree. Because
So-
that'll push you on days.
Right.
Sometimes you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I got to do a 5x3 or whatever. And you go back a month ago, whatever it was, the last 5x3, and you're like, oh man,
Yeah,
I did 265 or 275. I don't feel like it. And then you warm up and you're like, dude, let's get it done.
Right.
And I'm going to put 5 extra pounds
You're
on
gonna
there.
get it.
So it's a little pressure on yourself from yourself to get better, or else you're going to have those days when you're like, I just don't feel it.
And I think
and are you
there's
spinning your wheels?
You are. And I think it comes down to, again, I've noticed this in my own personal journey, is when I look at that and I'm not meeting the same thing that I was, what's my nutrition been like? What have my sleeping habits been like? What's been my stress level?
Right.
Because I feel good. I
Right.
feel like I should be there.
Or am I being a vagina?
Or
today?
is it just me?
Sometimes it
in
is.
one of those days?
Sometimes it is.
Hey, Betty White said,
The great Betty
the
White.
great Betty White said that you should say, am I being balls today? Not a vagina.
Do girls say I'm being balls?
I don't know, but they might, because balls are tender and sensitive. A vagina take a beating.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
my
what the
God.
great Betty
You
White
heard it
said.
here first, folks.
I heard it from Betty White.
And actually, there's a lot of truth to it.
There is. Betty White was a genius.
Man, I was being a big balls today.
right. It was
Yeah.
you. It was that.
And then when I'm tough as nails, man,
Betty White.
like an old piece of leather or a vagina, some would say.
Old piece of leather.
Welcome back, Trin.
Perfect timing.
Um,
Old piece of leather. Yeah.
Old beaten piece of worn-in piece of leather. A nice catcher's mitt or a vagina, Trent would say.
Hey, I didn't say it. Betty White said
Oh,
it.
okay.
Don't put words in my mouth.
We do have one here, so hopefully it's not Sandy.
We have one?
Yeah,
Hey,
hopefully-
thanks.
hopefully it's not
Sorry,
your
Mom.
It's probably Sandy or it's Chloe.
Tell him to clean it up.
So
So
yeah, go out there today, be tough, be like a vagina, and get it done.
that'll be
Yeah.
the slogan for the,
Yeah.
the podcast.
Be a
for
vagina
now.
today.
Yeah.
You know what
So-
I'm saying?
And go spend some money on a home gym if you want to build one, right? You kind of know the ground up, what you can get.
Take it.
Uh,
That's how you eat an elephant, right? Bite by bite. That's kind of how you build a home gym. Honestly,
it is.
because then you look back years later and you're like, this gym is freaking badass.
Right.
And this stuff doesn't like age out.
No.
It's not like you're buying an Apple computer and a year later you're like, man, I need the new barbell and new weights. You take care of your equipment, you
Yes.
take care of your barbells and you oil them, you take care of your rower, you do preventive maintenance on that, they will last you forever.
Yep.
You know, this stuff will
There's-
last forever.
There's nothing else to even say about it. You're right. And so, yeah, you'll have it. And then you can start acquiring things. You want more dumbbells? You start
Yeah.
acquiring more dumbbells.
Yeah.
Um,
Or you're like, oh, I want the new wall ball that's out. Well, that new wall ball is just like your old wall ball.
Right.
It might just be a different color.
right.
So if you're into like colors and stuff, yeah, maybe
Yeah.
you'll collect wall balls. But
What I would do if you're going to do that, get different weights.
yes. You know what I do? I spray paint them from time to
You
time.
spray paint your wall balls?
I spray paint my dumbbells.
Oh, you're dumbbells.
Yeah.
Okay. Make 'em-
I just made a new kettlebell that's red. 'Cause I was
oh, there you
like-
go.
I was always like, is that a 53 or a 70? And then I come in and I'm like, oh, okay.
And now you know.
But now I just like, the 70's red now. And
okay.
it looks cool.
Yeah.
And you get to express your artsy
You do.
side. Yeah.
I'll have to go
So
there and
Michelle's a
check it
big crafter. So I thought, well, let's see what we can
out.
do.
See what you have.
She would have done better, but it looks cool.
Good.
Yeah, it's whatevs. So yeah, how to build your own home gym.
I
We
think
think we talked you into how to do it perfectly.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we drilled it. Let's see how many
Nailed
people
it.
go the flat bench or barbell. We'll see which way they go.
Yeah, that was where we
now
really
it's up for you,
disagreed.
right? It's
Yeah.
up for you to decide. What's
up
your
to you.
perfect?
Yes. Yep.
So,
And Trin's home gym is my home gym. So she's cool
so
with
she's
whatever.
good. She's got it.
Yeah.
Brewster Trent has it all set up, ready to go. I expect you to start adding to it though. Your own artistic flair.
Yeah.
No.
No.
All right.
So
All right.
guys, man, it's been about an hour.
It's been good. Yeah, I think we're
it's been
right
good.
on.
I think we're good. We've talked about a lot of things. We started out with Michelle Obama, ended with
And we're not adding unnecessary calories to your diet by telling you to go down to the gym and get a workout facility going. There's no sugar.
no
there's no
sugar.
added anything.
Mm-mm. Nothing hidden.
Yeah.
We didn't hide anything behind
Juice isn't good for you. Just plain and simple.
And there's a lot. There's only a few juices I enjoy anyway.
Give me heartburn anymore.
And I may have juice. Honestly, I may have juice once a year.
In your mimosa
That's about it.
on
Easter.
Yeah,
or
That is
Thanksgiving or
that
whatever.
is it.
But I'm not a big juice
And
guy.
nor should you be.
Right, yeah. Cut it out. Just
Michelle
like cutting
Obama.
sodas out, just cut those
Easy.
sugars out from juices.
Yeah.
It's just because it was made from a fruit doesn't mean it's healthy.
Like the great Uncle Joe used to say, cut it out.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, full house.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
So just because you get a grape juice in a carton doesn't mean it's healthy, just like a grape otter pop.
And
Is
Michelle
that grape
Obama
juice?
is, look at her. She's not the
What is she not?
she's not the image of fitness
She's
that comes
not-
to my head when I'm talking about health.
Yes.
That's not
right.
what I have in my head.
No, I
And the
don't
ladies
look
on
at
the
her
View
like,
are
I
probably
wish she-
going to disagree with me.
Yeah, maybe.
But look at them.
Yeah, Oprah.
I
Or
wouldn't
no,
look like them
it's
either.
not Oprah. It's
Huh? Serena Williams looks good. Yeah.
she's a stud.
Yeah, that is. Is she? She's still probably
Again.
crushing it.
Oh, she's
You know.
oh,
Yeah, she's
a stud.
probably, arguably one of the greatest athletes of all time,
Yeah,
if not the.
male and female.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Who is? This is a different podcast.
this is.
Yeah, this
Let's get
is
into
another-
this.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
I'll start making a list.
Me too.
The greatest athletes of all time
Yeah.
across all domains.
Yeah.
In sports.
That's
That's going to take some
going to be fun.
digging into.
We get to do.
Because is it like, would it be somebody from the past or is it somebody now? And what do you
I know
think
who
is
I've got.
What
I've
do
got in
you
my
think
head.
is athletic?
But we'll go with that later.
Like is Tiger Woods there?
I'm going to say in current.
Mhm.
Because the person that I'm thinking of is from the past, and the kids today wouldn't even know this name. No chance these kids know this name, because we don't teach them history anymore.
That's true.
We do. I'm in a school. I'm a superintendent.
We're gonna have to do it like top 20 athletes of all time. You make your list, I'll make my list. Trin can make her list.
I love it.
Bring them in,
And then you guys out there send us your list too, and we'll compare them all. I don't know how
Yeah.
we'll do that. Producer Trin will figure that out.
I don't know. Or just watch live
And you can just start
and
showing
comment in.
Yeah, put in your people.
and be like, "That's stupid."
Right.
Michael Jackson's not an
And
athlete.
let's put this down. I know ESPN did this a few years ago, right? Where they did this top 100 athletes, and Secretariat was like number 3.
Yeah,
There's
come
no
on.
horses,
No,
no,
no.
or cats, or cows, or elephants, anything like of that nature.
Yeah, the Secretariat is not in there.
No,
You know,
this
because
is
really, is Secretariat the best horse?
And I'm not animalist. Like there's ageist and sexist
ableist,
and racist.
ableist, racist.
Yeah, I'm
ableist.
not animalist or whatever. Is
Okay.
it called ableist? for
I think
animal?
that is if you're a ableist, isn't that when you're like make fun of people that like last week, like you did when you're throwing a
Disabled.
paraplegic person in the water?
Brian, I said you don't.
No, you said you did.
It's on tape. You're wrong.
What's on tape?
Yeah, go back and find
I
it.
think it's a digital copy.
Yeah, and
This isn't like VHS. Get the VCR out, throw in the tape. It's on the tape. Check the tape.
see, it's on tape.
Anyway, so we're working on a guest next week. If we have Travis Mead, he'll be here next week because that's the guest we're working on.
Yeah.
I'll let everybody know. Travis Mead,
He's a big
doing
deal.
1,000 hero wads in a year. Might be on here. If not, we're going to do our top 20.
Okay.
If not, if we do have Travis, top 20 will be the next week, or Adam.
Okay.
Right? So
Adam Lingo. Adam Lingo graduated from Wiggins, and after the 18th.
he graduated after the 18th. Or
Back
we
then,
will have
I
him.
think we did. I think we
We
did
will-
graduate after the 18th back then.
There you go.
Of
Then
me.
it's
So
perfect.
yeah,
It's perfect.
right. Okay.
So, guys, episode 18. as
Episode
well.
18 in the books.
In the books, we talked about a lot of things. Shoot your comments or put your comments in the comments section and let us know if you agree with the balls and vagina theory. And that's Trent's theory. Anyway, on behalf of Dr. Trent Kerr, I'm Brian Baker and producer Trent. Thank you for listening to the Hardcast podcast. We'll see you next week.